Really, we're starting at the genesis of bringing two agencies together, MEC and Maxis, and the idea being let's really reboot and redesign what a modern marketing agency is, with a single focus on consumer journey, and with that, understanding how we can grow our clients' revenues and opportunities in the marketplace. So this focus on client growth, which is more and more the big demand that all of the CMOs are facing in a world of great complexity, feels like it needs our energy and focus as well in thinking about our tools, approaches, talent, where to invest, and where to help them drive that next opportunity.
So it sounds almost like as much as a consulting engagement as a buying strategy shop, or tell us sort of how you sort of...
Interesting observation, because I think you're right. That's the future of the agency business has definitely shifted to not just buying on impressions and cheapest CPM and fill out the pricing template. Certainly there's a component still of investment management that's all about driving efficiency. But as you think about our role today in the middle of the ecosystem and having to not only understand and embrace and evolve our clients' approach to data, but also to their broader business issues. And so we see an opportunity in how do we get a greater share of their problems and a greater share of solutions that we can deliver that solve those challenges around growth, solve the challenges around driving greater efficiency. And here at CES, help them understand how to navigate this new landscape and think about the role innovation can play in a scalable way, in a way that helps transform their business, or in some cases, helps them catch up to the other digital disruptors.
So how has advertising changed? What do they expect from you guys and expect from your the creative agencies, and how have the demands changed and the opportunities changed?
With this laser focus on consumer understanding, not only from a purchase journey lens, but how are they adapting and adopting to the breadth of content they have, the breadth of distribution opportunities, the ways to connect. Our role is really sifting through all of that to find out what's most meaningful and relevant to their consumers, and what's the brand relationship that can be established with those insights. So much of it, it's not an innovation play so much anymore, or understanding what the next platform is, the next channel, the next partner. It's all of that and so much more that really leads to a deeper understanding of their audience and how to move them to that next step forward.
And how about, where does technology play in terms of analytics and data? And there's M-Platform and Xaxis and the very deep capabilities at Group M. How does that fit into your operation?
Technology is the constant. Technology is not a silo or a separated unit that's purely on a consultative or an infrastructure basis. Technology is the underpinning for everything that we're trying to drive with our clients. And I think you can see that also here at CES, where you think about technology and artificial intelligence and all these aspects of our business that are powering all the potential to have a different relationship with the consumer these days. Video broadly is still a very robust marketplace, and television is a very big part of that. So the rumors and discussions and evolution of cord cutting and over the top and the decline of ratings, and yes, all those are factors, but it really isn't diminishing the appetite that people have for great content. And all the networks have really stepped up to say, okay, let's think differently about our brand, about our distribution strategies and partnership strategies, and understand how to bring that content forward in new and interesting ways that isn't solely relying on Nielsen and TV ratings for their success. So we're seeing different partnerships there too, and opportunities to actually work with them to help understand together how this landscape is changing. Where do we see the greatest appetite? How can we get closer to the customer and then understand their motivations to create better content and brand experiences that surround that?
Tell us sort of that process that you and Tim and the management are sort of involved with, and how that might develop over the next 12 months.
You called that out an interesting point of, as you think about it, it has to be more than a merger. If all we did was take two great brands and cultures and teams and mesh them together, we have failed. We have an opportunity to really hit reset in this robust environment, listen more to our clients and understanding what are their needs when it comes to an agency today, and build around that. And that's on the basis of an amazing group of people, and a culture and talent has been in place, but now we get to actually evolve that for the next gen and make sure our talent is also embracing new opportunities, that we're kind of level setting our own approaches and simplifying as much as we can, and also figuring out what the role data can play in our day-to-day lives and our day-to-day workload and processes, all with the intent of getting closer to consumer insights and understanding that we can also flow through actual experiences with our creative partners.
And what about the opportunities or challenges of hiring? You've been in the media business for a while. It's a little different hiring kind of a staff now maybe than it was 10 years ago. How do you go about that, and how are you building a business out of sort of a new kind of media agency executive, perhaps?
Yeah, no, talent is at a premium, and definitely in this marketplace, folks that come from the agency background, I think, are ripe, unfortunately, for poaching to go to the publisher, the network side, digital startups, etc. Because at an agency, you get incredible wealth of exposure across categories, across clients of different sizes, and a view of the total ecosystem. But I think those aspects are also what still make advertising very robust and an amazing industry to be a part of. Nowhere else will you see the total landscape, not only of media, but getting deeper into clients' business problems, having exposure across categories, really understanding the economy and what those factors are too that drive our business in a way that just doesn't exist if you're sitting on the consultant side purely, a pure play finance company, or even within a client view. All of their lenses tend to be narrowed into that category, or if you're a publisher, the products and lines that you're selling. For us, we have the macro view that I think you just can't achieve anyplace else.
And finally, we'll be speaking to your colleagues about this question, but the notion of the changing nature, scope, character of advertising per se, from a creative standpoint, from a use case standpoint, is changing. Where do you see the greatest change and sort of the need to change, perhaps, around the medium that you guys are buying?
It's understanding the complexity and making it simple, and making sure we're holding ourselves more accountable and also being more connected. Those are three themes that I think kind of shape what the new agency model has to be to actually succeed in this business. Simplify things for our clients, take a better understanding of the landscape and hone it down to what really matters to them to drive growth. Think about connectivity, not just with getting deeper into connecting with our clients' businesses, but connecting across, for us, Group M. It's a holding company and all the resources of WPP as well, and making sure that we're taking advantage of all of the investments they've made in technology, all the resources they have with talent and people, and bring those solutions to bear. And then accountability. I think we're under all greater and greater pressure, both our clients and agencies too, to do more with less. How do we make sure we're showing that every dollar matters and place the right optimization frameworks and KPIs in place to make sure that pays off and the learning keeps getting optimized over time?